All right, so I am live now, and actually going to be talking about getting approved for some different brands. So I need to copy like some of these ASINs over to another window. We're like keeping the spreadsheet. So give me just a second. And some specific brands. Oh, the joy. I have to mark them off the spreadsheet once I've already shared them. So now your goal is to go in and apply to get approved for some of these brands. And once you apply to get approved, you know, some of them they'll say yes and some of them they'll say no. And if they say no, you need to go back and you need to reapply in roughly 3 to 6 months. I forgot, when my phone has been off, it literally is going to make the noises the whole time. So let me just turn this thing off. There. Now I can just do whatever it's going to do. I'm going to drop it on the floor. So you will go in and you can choose the ASIN. And if it allows you to get approved, that's awesome. If it doesn't allow you to get approved, then come back and try it again in another 3 to 6 months. Same ASIN or same brand. So we're going to give you some brands today. And I want you to try them. So one of the brands I don't have an ASIN for is Folgers. Folgers coffee. So what you can do is you can go into your Amazon seller, Seller Central, and go in and add a product and go in and try and find, or you can go look for a Folgers product, or you can go on your phone, actually I was going to say iPhone, your app. So type in Folgers in the description, pull it up, you have an ASIN. If you are not approved, and then it'll say approval required, or something like that, or requires approval. And then you can go in and you can go in and request approval from your phone. So Folgers is one, and you can do that directly from your phone. Mr. Coffee is another one. So go do Mr. Coffee from your phone. See if you can get approved to sell Mr. Coffee. See if you can get approved to sell Folgers. Another one that I don't have an ASIN for, I have a few ASINs. So I'm gonna give you some of these ASINs. Hold on, I forget how many I gave last time. Let me go look at the post. Un momento, por favor. I need a cough drop. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I'm doing all this. I'm doing a bunch of research in about 5 different windows. I can't show my screen just yet. So, how many did I give away last time in the comments? I have to be consistent here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I gave away 21 last time. All right, so let's do 21 this time. Okay, here we go. All right, so 21. Let's see if I can find 21 for you. That was easy. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I have 21 ASINs and or brands for you to apply to get approved. So I'm going to show my screen. Sorry, because I'm not in my office yet. I have to do it old school. I have to use my phone to brighten things up. So yeah, it's crazy. All right, so, and I will type these into the chat or I'll paste them in there. So when you look at this list right here, the ASIN is the first column. And if there is no ASIN, then it's just a brand. You need to go and apply for that brand. And you can do that directly from your phone. So I want you to, I'll type these into the chat so you'll have all the ASINs and then the brands. And go down the list and see what you can get auto approved for. I think this is 21. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, 13, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh, you got 22 this time. So you got 22. So use those ASINs to go and see if you can get approved. So that ASINs, you can go directly to, your Amazon Seller Central back office, type in the ASIN, request approval. For the ones that just have the brands, just pull up your phone, pull up the app on your phone, and then Do a search under add a product, type in Mr. Coffee, type in Folgers, and request approval. Okay. We will be doing these ungating parties at least twice a month. There might be a month where we only do it once a month because sometimes we have a lot going on, like the month of the summits. We may only do it once a month. But the objective is to help you guys go through the process of getting approval, to help you in your e-commerce business, and to help you to grow your business and to grow what you can sell. Now, the reason that you may or may not get approved for something is because of the fact that if you haven't been consistent in your business or you're rather new, they may not auto approve you for a specific brand or in a specific category because you don't have enough seller history. Now, the one thing about Amazon is they don't tell us specifically what they're looking for. So let's just say hypothetically Folgers, they're like, we're looking for the person to be consistent for 6 months or 9 months. Like there's no master list to tell you that that's exactly what they're looking for. Or it could be they just want you to apply and you're auto approved because they don't have enough sellers in Folgers. So again, go and try and get approved in Folgers and see what happens. The other thing, I had an interesting question or a conversation with one of the leaders today, and we were having the discussion about why is it that when I'll use the example of the Crayola bath toys. I think I don't know what they're really called, but anyway, so we were having this discussion, and there was a time in which the Crayola bath toys were gated, and then they were ungated. Then they were gated, then they were ungated. For those that have been selling for a while, Crayola is a gated brand. It's a gated brand. And so sometimes you'll find within that gated brand, specifically 1 or 2 items out of that gated brand are like ungated or auto approved. That could be for a couple of different reasons. One, it could be that the original listing, the authentic listing, is still gated and you have to request approval. And someone went in and created a brand new listing for the Crayola bath mats, and so, or bath toys or whatever they are. And so when they created the new listing for the Crayola bath toys, that meant that there were 2 listings out there. And they may have created that new listing under a different category. So Amazon hasn't synced up the listings. And ultimately, at the end of the day, when they get to the point where they start to sync up the listings, if that secondary listing is not A, in a valid category, or B, not a valid listing, then, that Amazon says, no, this is the original, this is the authentic listing, this is the aged listing, this is the aged ASIN, then they will make that particular listing one of 2 things. They'll either sync up the ASINs, and so then the ASIN that you originally submitted under is now a new ASIN. You'll get that email notification about they changed something. Or they will take down that listing, and so then you have stranded inventory, which we hate that. Or they may just say, okay, we'll let this listing stand under a different ASIN in a different category. Most of the time, the third one doesn't happen, but that is one of the things that potentially is happening when you scan something from your phone at the store and you can sell it, and then you send it in and they say you can't sell it now. So that's sometimes what's happening, is that there were actually 2 listings or 3 listings. And I know the perfect example of that was when the fingerlings first came out. People were creating fingerlings listings left and right. And so the original fingerlings listings that was created, the first ones that were the originals by Spin Master, those listings, people were not necessarily jumping on those. They were jumping on all these other listings. And so after the Christmas holiday season was over, Amazon came back through and they synced up all these listings, and they kicked people off of listings. They temporarily suspended accounts, and they did all of this stuff. You had counterfeit, whatever. And that was a lot of fun. I want to say it was like 2017, 2018, somewhere off in there. It was really crazy mad. So the one thing that I try to do is when I scan something, I always make sure I have both apps installed on my phone. I have the seller app and I have the buyer app. And I go and look for that item under the buyer app, and I look for it under the seller app. And if I find it and it's the same, same everything, then I go ahead and I will list it. But if I find it under the buyer app and it's got a different ASIN, I know that there's 2 listings there. So then I gotta worry about, which one is the original one. And most of the time, The older one, or not the older one, but the one that potentially has most people on it is probably the original one, unless somebody created a secondary one that has a better image. And sometimes Amazon will take the one with the better image if it's not a branded anything. So just putting that out there. The other reason, well, I think I gave you most of the reasons why that would happen. But yeah, it's because there's another, somebody's created another listing. And people do that all the time. It's like, oh, I'm not approved to be able to sell in this category. Let me go create it under this other category. And then, after the holiday season's over and that person's completely out of inventory, then it don't matter because they got in when Amazon was distracted and busy. They sold all that stuff and then they went back. And Amazon's like, wait a minute, what just happened here? So try to apply, try to get approved, see if you can get approved. Be mindful of the things that you are selling that are branded, that are obviously branded. Like Mattel is obviously branded, Hasbro, obviously branded. There's going to be some other stuff that is specific. Like one of them today is SodaStream. That is specific. There might be some knockoffs and some counterfeits or some additional versions, but the original one is called SodaStream. Ghirardelli chocolate. That is the actual name of the chocolate. So something else that starts with a G is not Ghirardelli. So the ones that are pretty obvious, do your best to make sure that you try and find the original listing and be able to list on that. But go ahead and try to get approved. Try back in 3 to 6 months if it's something you're not approved yet. If they require additional information or they require additional history. And the main reason that they may require that, additional like invoices or whatever, the main reason is mostly because maybe your selling history is a little spotty, or you don't have enough of a selling history, or your matrix is not good. So there's a number of different reasons why they wouldn't approve you. So I hope this information was helpful. I rambled for just a little bit. But go ahead and apply, and I will copy and paste these ASINs into the comment section of this Facebook Live. And you can go in and try all of those. And then if you don't see, and I'll also put the brands. I think there's 2 brands in here that I don't have the ASIN for. So there you go. All right. Good luck, guys. I'm wishing you all the luck in the world. Oh, I forgot to record this. Lyria, you're going to have to download it. I'm sorry. Okay. Talk with you guys later. Bye.